Now we do.
Yeah,
Knighty is one of our most experienced players, so there is some redrawing going on.
There's also some pretty scary prospects for Plombo.
death.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 96 top 8 appearances out of 15 MTs. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And also a 2 out of 3 win rate, approximately. Wait, it's basically the same as for the Lizards.
Yeah, probably.
He also had 66%, and then kind of a half-ish, a third top 8 appearances.
There's only one thing we should. There's one thing we can do. Pull up Fullest card.
Oh yeah, hold on, I can actually do that.
Making my job very hard later. Where do we flip these cards? Where is it?
Hold on, I need to load the match first. Match 33. I just loaded this match too.
It occurs to me you didn't have to do that. I have the VOD open, and I just did one of Fullest, I think.
Oh,
So I'm uploading this stuff.
he's full of Lizard's cards. 3 out of 11 top 8, and also 66%. So that is actually really similar to Knighty.
Yeah.
And
Just missing a line.
Full of Lizards also fighting a new phase and losing. Full of Lizards lost yesterday's match. I guess it's a spoiler, since you're currently preparing the VOD.
Yeah. I mean, I made them. I'm uploading stuff to YouTube now. That one won't get uploaded until tomorrow morning. But there's some interesting stuff going on while I was away, I see.
Well, what went on?
Well... Wait, Kusa's apparently dead.
Oh yeah, I wrote that for some reason. I don't know. I feel like this is my 30th or 40th game, and I've kind of run out of top text.
Would you like to know how
This thing.
many how many matches it's been?
I mean,
That
that's
I know of?
not that hard to gather, right? If we have 121 players.
Yeah.
We have like...
So far, we've restreamed 51 matches.
Hmm.
This includes a rematch that happened while I was gone. Well, right before I went. And then the rematch happened after I'd come back.
Right, and this is also winners 1, so I cannot show past matches.
We should make a point thing for determining what the top text should be, but it should be like a big number. It's like 15,000, and you get to decide what top text is
Yeah, for one
for one match.
match, yeah. One intermission. I do
Yeah,
like
also-
using it like informatively, so when the match is over it says who won at least.
That's good.
But like before the match, I can put anything there.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Completely up to your creative whims. Oh, yeah, since ID's in here. Hey ID.
Hello.
How did I Princess Pitch go?
It went great. Someone won and received. Someone is in someone 325, not just somebody. And he received $20 worth of Steam games, including Gubble.
Yeah, but not Gubble boxed.
No, he didn't have a PlayStation.
Well, I don't care. I don't have a I got a PlayStation 3. I could play it on that, but it's not even connected. I still would have wanted Gubble, like the boxed one.
You know what really burns me about that? We were guessing what the game is. Maurice said Garden Gnome Carnage.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close.
I know, it
And
was really
I looked at it. I looked at Remar's site and went, huh, pitch got updated.
Oh yeah, and Garden Gnome as well. It's now HTML5
Oh, wait,
or
look.
something.
I just provided the link to the game. I blew ID's cover. Oops.
Well, so here's the thing about that. You did somewhat, but also, like, I hadn't fully decided at that point what the game was going to be. I was going between a few different ones. Because I thought that it might have been too popular, but I just went with it because it was better to have fun.
Yeah. And we suplexed all Christmas long. Because the good Mecha Santa is a dick. Oh, we actually nailed one down? It's incredible.
I believe so. You can normally, most people aren't out there looking for freeware. Some people are. Snowdozer is.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I wrote it in the. Got it.
If you can't figure this out, you're hopeless.
Pull up the chat. How's everybody doing today? Myth may have actually played this game. I didn't play it. Let me see the testing sheet.
It's a mystery. We're getting a firm "it's okay" from Myth.
Based on the stuff on the itch.io page, it looks really cool. I'm surprised it's only okay.
Myth has high standards.
Oh.
No, it probably is just okay. But there are a lot of games that are just okay. They get elevated by the fact that we're racing them.
Oh, well. What can you do?
I can say that this submitter has been really hitting hard. I don't think that we've rejected any from them.
That's a fair idea, Myth.
That's true. I guess I should mention that. Normally this isn't a very big deal.
Cause I looked at the itch.io page.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
It looks
I
like
can see exactly what Myth is saying, though.
with the motion sickness.
Yes.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It wouldn't get me. It definitely gets somebody.
No, I didn't. Well, I wasn't really aware that some people will just say, yes, I'm prone to getting motion sick. I thought it was really a case-by-case thing. But I should mention it. A lot of times that is extra, but... Of course we wouldn't make you play the game if you felt sick while you were playing it.
We're not terrible people.
Like Malice. Pretty sure Knighty always has clean audio.
Gotta make sure.
Knighty never forfeits on SRL and is someone of few words. And plays well.
Mooware, how you doing?
Mooware, I just had to stop testing one of your games in order to be here for this. And it was a heck of a game. I guess I'll continue, but it's quite a it's quite an experience, I'll say that.
Oh, baby, 2 more videos and we're caught up on thoughts from my vacation.
Nice, yeah, I'm subbed to the channel. I get YouTube like I didn't ring that bell, but
That's a mistake.
They do show up in my recommendations all the time.
It's because I do them all at once. So you made a foolish decision.
I'm surprised it goes so quickly.
It doesn't.
Well, even as quickly as it does.
Yeah.
Because
the main
like,
problem with uploading a bunch of old stuff to it is it does take a long time if you do it.
Did you do it straight from Twitch, or do you have to download it then upload it?
No, you do it straight from Twitch. If I was downloading it then uploading it, it might go faster because my internet is godlike when it actually works. But for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's a command for this. Bam!
Woohoo! I will say that it is significantly easier to go try and look up a VOD and find it on YouTube than it is to find it on Twitch. I don't know why Twitch is still so bad at it.
It's just awful.
Because you'd think they would want to be good at it, so you wouldn't have to have everything on a rival site. But like,
we wouldn't have to have that little codifier in everybody's contract saying it has to be a 24-hour exclusivity thing.
Yeah,
it definitely
also
live stuff, but maybe you should make the other parts get better too. But that's just my opinion, man.
But like, if Twitch was like good at showing you a VOD, you could even put like the edited stream videos that are so popular on YouTube onto Twitch if it was good and it was easy to look through. It's just like really bad.
Like even with the collections, it's still hard. Because you click on the collection, it takes you to the first video, then you have to do a horizontal scroll bar to find the video that you want.
It's true, there's no streamer thanking you for bits and subs. It is
predictions. The worst part, unless you put it in the stream itself, no chat. So none of this is going to make sense to people who are watching the VOD later, as we're
I think it's pretty clear from
chat.
Context.
I mean, I could be talking to anyone.
What's a good bit rate to stream at, says Plombo, having never streamed before. This is #1 stream, first time.
Monk ass.
Yeah.
I just randomly suggest... Oh, everyone's suggesting 2000.
Nice!
Thank God.
We're also in agreement.
You're sharing one brain cell across time and space.
Three different countries all agreeing that 2000 is the best bit rate.
Wait, different countries? Mythical 9 not from America?
No, he's Canadian.
Oh.
And so we worked together to defeat the evil.
Yeah.
So
everyone was surprised that Germany joined in.
We'll fight like brothers this time.
Yeah.
Our past differences aside.
For now.
Yeah.
We'll stab you later, but that's a whole
2000,
different
I think, is a
story.
pretty good bit rate. I guess you gotta have somewhat decent internet, but maybe not. I
Uh,
used to have fiber and I had really good upload, and then I don't have fiber at my new place, and my upload is horrible now.
15 to 2000 is generally what I would do for this. Unless I'm lazy and I just leave it at 28, like I do normally.
Alright, we have a game. We have 2 working streams.
Oh, baby.
And this game is 3D, because it's not so flat. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's amazing when you get to put the bitrate that low. This is an interesting looking game. Which reminds me.
Were they just playing off of their real NES's myth and not off of emulator? Why would you stream at native NES resolution? That seems weird. Alright, 10 seconds.
Shit. I'm trying
5,
to
4,
change
3,
the thing.
2,
Did I remember how to do it?
1.
I did!
Woohoo! I always get it wrong, so it's nice.
Been 8 days and I remembered.
Alright, so we are the square and we live in a 2D world. It's Tim.
Tim who?
Hortons?
Oh, it is Tim.
Tim Square?
Yeah, it's Tim Square.
Tim, not SquarePants. What'd you say SpongeBob was? SpongeBob Sponge Hat?
Yeah, the German translation for SpongeBob SquarePants is SpongeBob Spongehead.
Sounds terrible.
It's Tim Hat.
Alright, here comes the main conceit of the game.
Teleporters?
There's no way back for Plombo. But you can go around corners, as we see Knighty doing.
Let's see.
Plombo is very confused. Plombo has restarted the first level.
Yeah.
Alright, we
You
can
can cross green lines. It says so in the paste bin.
Well, I mean,
That's pretty weird.
why would it say that? It's pretty freaking obvious.
Well, I will say that at this point there is literally no excuse because
There's only one way forward.
Alright, what is Plombo doing?
Thinking, because if
Plombo's
Plombo
trying.
goes down into where this block is, then that's it. He's back in the position.
Well, yeah,
It
but
literally turned round another corner.
I mean, pretty sure it's not a soft lock.
No, because
No, you can just move forward past
Yeah.
the green line.
Well, yeah, it's the first level.
Yeah.
It's not gonna trick you. I mean,
I think
probably.
Knighty died.
Oh,
Yeah, Knighty
that's-
died.
That is a very unpleasant screen to look at.
Also, we're apparently being grinded up by gears.
Well, it's
You got this, Plombo. Everyone give Plombo your energy. Say, bird! Charge up!
Can we get an emote of the mystery ghost doing a spirit bomb charge?
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good popover. To be like, we all see it.
Plombo already hated this game. And why did you make the prediction so long?
I didn't do it.
Ah,
Here in
jeez.
the third
Knighty,
game.
stop dying. It hurts my eyes.
Knighty, please. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I think I have
Plombo.
flux on and it still looks bad.
Plombo, just go. Please.
Just run. Run
Go.
at the edge. Run at the edge.
Oh, it even... It even
Turn
says in the
around.
paste bin.
Corner. No, it says it in the game.
Plombo has read the paste bin.
Just keep going forward.
I mean, there's
Should I
like...
ask if he's colorblind?
There's like 3... No. No!
No!
There's like 3 seconds worth of actions that you can do in that situation. You can hold left, you can hold right, you can jump around a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the game designers of this game, they would be like, what? I didn't expect this.
So, I guess the game also hints to it, because in the text box, once you go over that block, it says, as you turned another corner.
Oh, very
It's like,
philosophical.
right there. Very bottom one. Very bottom line.
Come on, Plombo.
Just keep moving.
Oh, here we
forward.
go. No.
Up the wall.
Tangible
the
progress.
wall.
No.
Go to the right.
All the way to the right.
There's
the
literally...
one
Literally,
thing we haven't
turn
done.
round another corner.
Oh, here we go!
We're in
Woohoo!
there, baby.
Very nice. Okay, so meanwhile, Knighty, of course, has gotten such a substantial lead.
Yeah, I, haven't been
I
watching.
honestly don't know where Knighty is.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you have the tangible progress pop over?
That's not.
Let's not. It's first timer.
Alright.
Oh, he had something over that part of the window, apparently.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Wait, no, that makes no sense at all. Why didn't he go to the right then, if he didn't see a wall there?
But like the
there's that.
notepad document was the wall. That's the true. It's the true strat.
I feel like that explanation doesn't hold water. If I can't
Well,
see
regardless, they're moving along now.
Yeah,
We're cruising.
they're finding these little portals which they think which I think they need to collect in order to activate the big one.
Yeah. Because you could see Knighty walking over one, over the big one, but because he hadn't gotten all of the little ones,
How's Plombo?
it refused to work.
How's Plombo getting up there?
Going around the corner.
I'm not sure.
This seems weird.
Probably from the left or
Mm.
from the right.
Yeah, probably from the right, but
I think from the
second
the-
one.
yeah, the second box.
Yeah, that seems logical. I don't think he tried it yet, really. When I see jumps like that almost work, I get worried about 144 Hz.
Don't you talk to me about 144 hertz, Maurice. My best sub ruined because of your 100.
Oh, was it the like the space in
Kamiki no Ori? It was the
asteroids kind of thing?
Was that one they tried to play during top 8 and just like wouldn't work at all? You like couldn't move the person around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good game. Oh, here we go. That was really easy.
Yeah.
Yahoo!
All right, we're in there. On to stage 3.
Knighty is on a much harder stage, more of a puzzle element now.
I mean, you would hope so. Oh, he's been on this for a while. I've seen this stupid stair set on the left. Still needs to find 2 bottle things. So the interesting thing is, if you go like through 3 green lines, you end up rotating, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the interesting part. If you go like around all the possible dimensions of this cube, you will be on the same face as you started, but 90 degrees turned. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Which I think is required in even just Plombo's level, even level 3, to get the thing that's on the ceiling. Yep, now you can get it.
We're playing with 3 dimensions, fellas.
Yep, it's not so flat.
Whoa!
Roll credits.
Wow!
I'm gonna keep switching away.
Got people to talk to, maybe.
Oh, we're on the same level.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
We're in there.
90 has 4 bottle thingies. Ah, stop dying. That is a very
That hurts.
unpleasant screen.
So this is what, level 4 then?
Yeah. There's 10.
Okay.
Alright, 1 is the goal. Good to know.
I like how mad he gets when he jumps.
Yeah, he's very determined. Oh, oh no! It was. Oh, you just respawn where you were.
Would you say he's determined? Maybe this guy's related to Mr. Undertale.
Oh, your determination. Oh, you can't collect this portal.
Playing in the background.
You gotta rotate this side 90 degrees to the right to collect this, I think.
You do keep your progress when you die, which is nice.
Right, Knighty is on the inside of this L. Or maybe it's a C.
Oh, nice! You jumped out and spun around at the same time. That's neat. Although it's not very useful over here. I don't know where you gotta go now. I guess up. Yeah. That's why that's on both sides, so you can get up.
Oh, that's just rude. Placing
is that possible?
Of course.
Oh, it is.
Where else would he go?
Oh, look at these clean jumps.
Oh, this level looks really annoying.
So what happens if you fall down?
I think he's just gonna come back out that way, right?
Well,
by rotating around 90 degrees twice.
Oh, he turned it 90 degrees. Go left, and now do it.
Look at this problem. Flip it and reverse it.
And now you can get the thing at the bottom.
Oh, by jumping over that gear?
Maybe. The problem is more...
Oh. Yeah, I think he can make that. Oh, I thought he could make that. Yeah, there we go.
And dies.
That's okay.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh no, I guess it's not okay. You do have to land.
I thought it was okay as well. I was like, oh, this is fine. I want to be in the middle anyway. But apparently it's not fine.
I wonder if this is not intended.
I mean,
some fighting game hitbox stuff right here.
Oh jeez.
Oh, you gotta hold. You gotta hold left. I think you can make it if you held left.
Yeah.
Oh, I see holding right. Right, Plombo has not gotten any more hearts on level 4.
Yeah, this game's tricky. This is pretty, they went in hard right away.
You have to think outside the box.
Wow.
Get it?
Thank you.
Well, actually you have to think outside the square. Or the rectangle.
It's a cube.
It's not, though.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not so flat, so it would work better if you say you have to think outside the two-dimensional shape.
Oh. Knighty did something interesting there.
Oh, is it? Loop, loop.
Oh, the stream cat? How does that get updated?
Like this.
Does that happen on the layout? And then if it just doesn't know, it just calls it Mystery Funhouse?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It gets changed anyways. It doesn't matter.
I programmed it this way, so yeah, of course it makes sense.
Maurice is a professional. Why would you assume any other way?
True.
It's fine, everybody.
There's that one guy who's always streaming Mystery Funhouse. It's like our own little mystery.
Oh yeah.
The 7 mysteries of Mystery Funhouse.
Yeah.
School.
There's some Twitch channel that just says testing, and it's streaming Mystery Funhouse 100% of the time. And it's got some weird like Twitch commander thing. It's crazy. Where is undefined? Oh no! Try to divide yourself by 0.
I know what happens when that happens now. That's bad. Sorry, Muir. We'll see you in another dimension.
What does Knighty need to do?
Well, he needs to... I think he can get that if he flips it like 1 to the right. Like if the world was rotated 90 degrees clockwise, he would be able to get the one at the bottom. Well, now at the top. And for the other one, I think it's... No, he needs to rotate 100. Well, actually, maybe this works. Maybe you can kind of cheese it by falling off those stairs on the right.
I'm not so
Take a-
sure.
Take offense to all these people saying they're ghosts in chat.
There are no requirements to become a mod here because there are like 80 of them.
And like a good 40 of them were done out of a joke.
I told
Now that's how I got modded.
I told Roar I don't need mod anymore because I now have the dashboard thing. And he was like, no, it's funny.
See?
It's like, it's not that funny. No, but the I think I was too, because I said, "Oh, I'm not a mod" or something, and then I was like, he made me one, but then I actually used the power, and here we are today.
We're responsible people.
I mean, we're still planning that hostile takeover, so pretty useful.
There's nothing hostile about it.
What?
It's a friendly takeover.
Yeah, we're all gonna shake hands. So what if he did this? What if from right where he was, he jumped over that gear and then came back to the left and landed on that box? You see what I'm saying?
I think you can just jump there normally. I mean, you can jump over this gear, that's fine, but
And
I
then
don't
left.
think... Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could have just jumped there from the stairs on the right, so... It's not that
Portal.
wild.
Oh. When does the game decide to save your state? It's weird. It's like sometimes it will, sometimes it won't.
It's probably like on a timer when you're on safe ground for so and so long, not moving.
Makes me wish that more games did the save state thing like they Bleed Pixels did, where you could charge up your save.
Wait, how is...
It's just
Yeah.
gonna do it
Place it
anywhere.
in.
I think Knighty
Yeah, you
has
can
to make
place
this
it-
jump. There's no other way for him to get back to the middle, right? Yeah, here we go.
Nice. Okay. Difficult jump, but
Alright,
he
how are
made
we
it.
gonna get to the center?
Rotate.
Does he have to come in
there's-
from the
there's blocks
side?
on the
I think
other
he has to.
side.
I think he has to jump in from the side.
No, there's
So
just-
he's on. So he's on the small corners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has to get up high and then come in, fall in from the side. Yeah, or like that. Oh, that was even beyond what I was thinking. That's awesome.
Clutch jump. Look at this. Look at this
Nope.
movement. So close.
you gotta. You
Good
gotta
effort,
go
Knighty.
with the other way, I guess.
Good hustle.
What is now? What is happening? I don't. Now I'm even more confused. I thought I got it, but now I guess I don't get it.
Rotated the other way.
This is why I don't do speed cubing.
Wrong,
I
don't you
don't know
like
if
a-
this has a lot to do with speed cubing. Maybe.
I mean,
Thinking-
of course it has to do with... It's like... I
Oh,
get-
do you have to fall onto it from? Well, that still doesn't make sense because
You can't fall onto it. There's no way to, like, fall through the green.
I legitimately don't see this. Knighty is not famous for being that strong of puzzles, but he's not like bad.
I think you want to walk, like, on top of the sides. Like, what we think is the side of the yellow blocks. And then you just drop into the portal from the side.
Oh, I see what you're saying, man.
Yeah, what Mythical is saying.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking was gonna happen.
Ah, he should have jumped.
Oh, he needed to jump.
Oh, that's so smart! Immediately,
Nice.
immediately suicide so that it doesn't save. I love it. Right, we're on an E now. E. When was
That's
the
the letter of the day?
when was the last time we had chat spam E?
I don't know.
I think it was like a rating in a puzzle game or something.
I wonder.
Oh yeah, it actually did happen.
Oh, it
That's
was
true.
a samurai kit. They got E's in Samurai Kid for being too slow.
I don't know how you do it, but I do know that Twitch does chants now. So somebody could designate the letter E, and that would be the chant.
Chance?
What does it mean? People are already always chanting in Twitch chat.
No, but it automatically puts E into your text bar. And
Is this seriously your required jump? This is crazy.
Maybe you can...
Your character is so fat.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Hey, don't say he's large. he has big pixels.
yeah, he's he's big pixeled.
husky pixels.
Oh, this jump is even worse. You gotta do like some crazy.
No, he can't do that. That's not possible.
Oh, you can.
He has to come at
yeah,
it
okay,
sideways.
yeah, okay.
He if he goes down, then right, then over, then up. I think it'll be right.
I like the attempt though. I would try this a few times.
Depending on the way the hitboxes are, it could be possible, but he can just do it from here. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought you had to do it 180 degrees rotated.
Yeah, makes sense, Bright Shadow.
Alright, Plombo is on the square level.
Yeah.
Got one portal. So, not sure if I would call it catching up, but at least not falling behind. Or not further behind.
So keeping pace.
You know.
Oh, there's 11 here. My gosh.
Something
There's a
to keep in mind, of course. For those of you who don't know, Mighty is one of our strongest contenders. Not Mighty, Knighty.
Well, he is mighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mighty
Mighty's a
Knighty.
different person.
He is not only is he a pretty good player, he's got experience. Played a lot.
I think Knighty is one of our only 16th edition players.
I think it's just Knighty and Mundungu.
Yeah, one out of two. And this level,
Lightyear.
this game is so
was, but
tedious. It's not.
done it this year.
I can see what Mythical 9 was talking about now. Like, it seems interesting, but then you see 15,000 portals that you all have to approach from a different angle, and you gotta go all over the level.
This is gonna be terrible to get out of for Knighty.
Yeah, it's pretty like sadistically designed.
My God.
Most of the time, people who make like freeware games like this, especially Good Jump, are kind of just more trying to show off their concept, and they actually tend to be more on the easy side, but not this game, obviously.
So, okay, here's like a super tiny nitpick I have with this game. If you switch through a green line like Knighty's doing right now, there's like a few frames of animation where you have two sets of eyes. I feel like that could have been done more elegantly.
Is there?
I see. Yeah, I see it.
I see that the eyes move.
See?
The eyes.
Oh, yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
3 frames where you have 2 eyes because it's shifting your plane. And
Yeah,
you're
and-
coming up from the bottom, but you're still going down from the first plane.
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been handled a lot more gracefully. Like the eyes like move through the center of you so that they are in the mirrored position where they will end up. Something like that.
Jump is dump.
Jump is done.
Be our new emote.
Hey, don't talk about Mario like that.
Mauricio.
What? Where did
Well,
that come
pictures
from?
Mario. I honestly, at this point, if I see just like an isolated SMB1 Mario, I'm like, oh, Maurice? No, wait, that's just Mario.
This is on your own head, Maurice. I hope
Yeah,
you know
it's
that.
to me.
It's on me, the Portal Man.
Right, how does Knighty get...
Thank you. What?
How does Knighty get to that thing?
I don't know.
Like
Well,
he-
I see what the goal is. If it's if you come up from the bottom, you can jump in between.
Yeah,
You're close enough.
you
but I
gotta
don't
rotate
understand
the
how.
thing 180 degrees. There's also this annoying one.
I apologize for my phone chat.
That's still how phones go. I actually don't know. I don't have a phone.
I'm working on figuring out something to change that too. Is this game an analogy for cryptocurrency?
I hope not.
It's just a crypto farm game in the form of a cube.
If it was crypto trading, then you would have to pay a lot of money just to do anything in this game.
No, that's pay to win.
Well, yeah. It's like crypto.
Plombo right into the saw. It's unfortunate. Where's he going?
Up. It's on the heavenly ascent.
He wants to be back in the middle. You kind of have to be in the middle to do anything in this level.
It's true.
So this is interesting to me. Knighty has a timer, but Plombo doesn't.
I think it's OBS timer.
Yeah, I think that's Knighty's own timer.
Wow.
Does OBS have a built-in timer?
By OBS timer, I meant it's like a layout.
Oh. OBS should have a built-in timer.
That'd be cool. No,
It doesn't. But yeah, I agree.
you'd have to
Open up
source
live
for
split
it.
if you just want a timer is super annoying.
I mean, actually, maybe there was like an option in the options menu to enable it. I don't know.
There wasn't, because remember we saw Plombo go in it and there was just audio.
Yeah,
sound
when
effects.
he was trying to turn on the win option.
Do not get stuck in a dead end.
Yeah.
Toggle.
Figure out level toggle on.
I like what Plombo is doing here. He's like zooming out, just getting kind of like a plan, you know?
a feel for it.
Now, when it comes to this 11th one, I have no idea how you'd even get it in the first place. Not the one that you can see on
Yeah,
Knighty's
the
screen
one
now.
surrounded by 4
Yeah.
saws. I know which one.
I don't think this will do it.
Is this good enough?
No. Yes,
Oh,
because you can do that.
the
Nice.
stupid 90-degree turning
Yeah.
three face thing. So confusing. You know, like those IQ tests where you have to like, you get like the way the cube is built. Like you get the cross of all the faces, and then
Oh, like the net. I think it's called.
Sure, I don't know. Sounds about
It's
right.
it's like if you cut it and you just laid it out flat on a table.
Yeah, like a
right?
cross.
I don't know why I can't think of the name of that. I think it's called a net, but
Anyway, my my point is, IQ tests have that, and then they show you the cube from like one side or like 3 faces of it, and then it goes, oh, what's on the back side of this, or something like that. And this is kind of like that. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around.
there it is.
I feel
That
like
is kind of a cheeky jump, but he got it.
Knighty's pulling the trigger.
Bada boom.
So, what was this? Was that 6 or 5?
That was the one right after the one Plombo's on.
So
that
5.
doesn't-
Oh, you just want to know in terms of the whole game. I don't
Yeah.
actually know. I think that was 5.
I want to know when we're free.
Never. This is our life. Our life is the cube.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You're never
There don't
free.
appear to be buzzsaws on this one that Knighty's on.
In real life, you can also cross green lines.
But don't
Oh yeah,
cross the
that's
red
true.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep.
Really makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. I'm thinking all over the place here.
Life is a metaphor for the cube.
Who's ahead? Knighty is ahead, but only by a single. Well,
2 levels. 2.5.
by
1.5.
like yeah, at this point 2 levels. Plombo's on the end. The levels are really long.
And annoying. Yeah,
We
Plombo
should
has to
also
figure
warn
out
the
this.
chat.
Oh, actually, oh, Plombo has it. Or does he?
No, you got to come in
Oh,
sideways.
He did come in sideways, but I think the wrong sideways.
I can't believe that. Yeah, I know. Are cube games like the
The
enemy
anti-teases.
of all games?
Like
And they're all
anti-chamber.
defeated by the Antichrist, which is Jolly Games.
Yeah, well, Jolly games are off on their own. They have no. You can't compare them to anything else.
The Anarchists. Not gonna do you much there, Knighty.
This game is insane. I don't think I like it very much. I haven't played it, but I don't plan to.
I believe Myth put it best. It had a really good premise, but it just doesn't seem to be delivering. It's
Games 2 rule tournament will never happen because all the games are like... It's like Jolly but boring. The games play so badly.
We got one of
What
them.
this just means is that nobody remembers how to do any of the Jolly games, so we just need to do Jolly Redux.
That's exactly what it is, Nico. Although, if you die, you don't like start back at the beginning. You just seem to kind of sometimes get progress. It's kind of confusing why or when, though. Why can you not go up off the top there?
Well, it's just not a thing.
Can you cross green lines going upwards?
No. Never.
Oh.
Can never
Seems silly to me.
do that. No, the only, like, you can cross lines left and right freely, and you can like shift along bottom line. That's it.
It's probably just because in real life you also can't cross green lines going upwards.
Shut up. Wait.
But what if you have a green ladder?
A regular ladder or a step ladder?
Regular ladder, not a step ladder.
Oh. That looked good for Knighty, but wasn't enough.
Yeah, I'm not... This isn't going very well, unfortunately.
It's so... Like, I feel like this is the kind of game where, like, there's these portals all over the place, right? So you kind of want to just do everything that is possible, because you want to reach, like, every,
Right.
like, point in every direction. So you're just doing random things that look like they're good. It's really hard to make, like, a plan of attack. And
Your goal is to be new instead of
yeah, and I don't like that.
right.
It's just throwing the kitchen sink at the wall. Which
Can you climb here?
it's
On
not,
the right
it's not really good puzzle design.
Can't climb here. Can he?
No, I was fully sober. I don't even drink. And Jolly
Oh wait, maybe he
Tournament
can. I think he can make it
That's
to the
why.
right there, right?
If it goes up,
He can
One
climb
more,
on the
maybe?
right. Oh, we got a thing.
Okay.
Cool. I think Knighty was the most surprised to find a thing out of all of us.
that one guy finishing with a time of 32:21.
Wow.
Curious what that comment's gonna be.
That's pretty fast. Let's see. What were the testing time? So flat. Spice Father, who is quite good, finished in 30:45. Even beat that one guy. Jorf finished in 24 minutes? How did Jorf do that?
I think Jove is good at puzzle games.
Mythical 9 took 41 minutes.
I should also point out this conversation that happened that I missed in the race chat. Friendship ended with 3D space. From Plombo. Cyanide responding, I agree. Next time I hear think outside the box, my response is fuck your box.
We're gonna have I'm pretty sure there's a game that's literally called Think Outside the Box. I'm looking forward to that. Or something.
God,
along
I
those
really want it to be rigged so Cyanide gets it. during
Yeah,
the
right after
tournament.
this.
Plombo is trying the getting in from the side. This is not correct. He needs to get in from another side, like from either the bottom or the top of
Yeah,
his current direction.
Shrambles was 36 minutes, so Shrambles was killing it too. Shrambles no slouch in video games in general. And like I said, Knighty's not known for necessarily being a strong puzzle player, having a 16-hour run on Lolo 2J, but never forfeiting. The endurance is strong.
It's fine, Myth.
But Plombo is still stuck on level what we think is 4, trying to get to the goal. Knighty is on maybe 6, maybe 7, like 2 levels ahead.
I don't need Shrambles' permission. He's fine.
Look, the only thing that Trambles needs to keep close to his chest are the ideas for Mystery Show coming soon to a channel near you.
Ooh.
Right, how do we get to this thing? I don't even think about it.
Maurice's brain is cooked.
It's like... it's a type of puzzle game where you don't think ahead much. Just kind of go and you go, oh no, I could go this way, so let me do that. Where am I now?
It is annoying that it changes. That's a really good point, man. I haven't really thought about that. But if it was able to keep the same orientation when you zoomed out, that would really make a big difference. For, like, planning purposes.
By the way, that one guy, if you would be so kind to give us your thoughts in the chat of what you felt about this game, be much appreciated.
Rickery says shorter than expected, but good.
Nope, God.
Oh. Oh, I got it.
The
Got
exact
it.
opposite.
Nice, Plombo's got it.
Woo!
Moving on to, I think, level 5. Are there really 10 levels? That's a lot of levels.
Oh, I see what the problem is now. So I popped out the Discord stream, but then I clicked on chat, which was still open on the original streams, and I didn't notice until just now.
Oh, Knighty is on a roll. Good all the
doing
things.
it.
And the portal is
5 out
free
of
in this
5.
one. Nice.
Plombo's on level 5. Knighty's on level now 7.
7, yeah. I mean, that's what, yeah, maybe, probably.
This place was different. Oh, we've got lore.
Oh,
It's
no.
really important to see how Tim feels.
No more saws around. No
Oh,
more
yeah, I
places
forgot the box's
labyrinth.
name is Tim.
Something appeared at a distance.
That's
It's a
Tim
laser
Undertale. Tim Undertale, the CEO of Undertale.
The home.
I really wish
Ah,
it was like Vegeta off to
Oh,
the
that's
side
it.
and he does
Okay.
a final flash
We did
blowing
it.
away the entire game.
That's a good
Woohoo.
time for it to end.
and this was the
Hey.
hardest game I've ever had to commentate. What do you even say about this?
It's so difficult because you can't really interpret the puzzle without, being in it yourself. And even then, it's just
It's pretty insane. How does Plombo get that one? You can't come from the other way.
You can come in from the bottom if you go sideways. Like your base can be the yellow line.
It can?
Yes. If you go sideways through those green lines below him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's see if Plombo has audio.
Suicide jumping won't save your progress half the time. Like, sometimes it did, but sometimes it didn't.
Alright, we got audio. Plombo is doing this, but from the other side.
It seems tricky.
I'm not sure that's possible.
It's
He's not even getting close.
it's further away for sure. You can see on both sides.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
And
it's
the one on
it's
the
closer
one
to
on
the
the
ground.
left.
It's less high. In other words, Wait, shorter, I guess.
It's also half a tile closer.
Not really a word for like less high in the air.
Lower?
Lower? Yeah, I guess
Lower.
it would be lower.
Having less of an altitude.
I guess lower really is the perfect word for it. I just couldn't think of the word.
Descent.
It is less airy.
Look, don't make me boot back up Outer Wilds yet. Please. I don't want to think about
This
having to
game-
change all the
This game really did fry my brain. I can't even think of the word. I've also tested like a lot of games, and that's pretty much all I'm doing all day long.
What's the word for less higher?
On the tip of my tongue.
It's true. I broken. Okay, nice. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
just
what?
that.
I thought that was in the middle.
This is like Super Mario Maker.
Nope.
When you have to
He's
jump
like
between those spike
2
blocks.
pixels to the left.
Yeah, he needs to edge to
I
the.
mean, he keeps trying, even though it looks completely wrong. No,
Okay.
no,
That was good.
Maybe.
no!
Oh,
It's
no, that's
it's
super
too
to the
far
right.
to the
God,
right.
super to the
Yeah.
Oh, it's saved right there. How can
Oh, what?
Well, because he stopped moving. I told you. Oh, well, no. How else are you gonna get it? Of course you have to. This looks good. Yeah. See,
We did it.
I'm so good at this. This is the one thing I can commentate about. I have no idea how he gets to that other thing, but I can
When it comes
commentate.
to, like,
I can see where he's.
platformer precision,
Yeah.
that's like something that you're familiar with.
I can
But
see
the
where
rest
he
of it-
is.
This entire stage is just a.
Knee.
Cut the E in half.
It's a C.
Yeah.
E.
A platformer. Like, maybe get a 5 and 6 level with half the level. And that'd be.
I like what he
Better.
looks like when he's halfway in between two corners.
Oh yeah, that part is smooth, which is
That
why
should
it
be
disappoints me so much that it like does like a really ugly transition when you do it downwards.
The problem with this is like that jump that Plombo just did should be like a collectible, not something you need to finish the game. In a better designed game, that would be like, oh, check out this secret funny jump you can do, and not something you have to do to finish the level.
Reading chat hurts right now.
I only saw Schluter and I thought that was funny.
Is a Schluter a looter shooter?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Precisely.
it is.
A Schluter. I don't even. If I can
It
think,
sounds
I can
like
think
a
of the
made-up
word
German
blower.
word.
I
I'm
can't.
not
I
gonna
can't
lie.
weigh in on Schluter. Can Plombo do it this way? Is that the way Knighty did it?
I feel like that's the only way, right? Maybe you could drop on top of it, but that's gonna be just as hard.
Yeah.
Is everything going? This game sucks. I thought that lower wasn't a word.
Oh, what is? We really had to less higher our expectations.
This game
Well,
has
that's a
defeated
verb.
the
I was
common
trying to
errors.
think of the adjective, but I guess it's the same. Okay. Can he?
Why are
make
we here?
this?
There's no point in being here.
We're here just to suffer.
Yeah, apparently. Can you make
Bonk
this?
our faces against squares.
I mean, if he
Like
stops
here,
spam...
in from an existentialist perspective, I don't think that's something we should cover on the stream.
No,
I mean, it's fine.
I meant from
There's
a
nothing wrong
physical.
with being existential. Don't worry. This is how we begin the hostile takeover of the channel.
Friendly takeover.
Mutually assured takeover.
I almost wish there was another match so that can
I don't
go there.
think Is there anything else planned for today? I don't. There's a
Not today, I
whole lot
think.
planned for tomorrow.
Yeah, there's like
There's
5
5
billion
matches
matches for some reason.
Uh,
I mean, one of them is fake. Knighty is not fighting Plombo again in 24 hours.
Oh,
Don't fall for it.
It's a lie.
Actually, let's have a look.
I can't believe he made that jump.
Oh.
He made it one time. I didn't think this was possible. How did he make it? I feel like that was an improper thing, and now he's gonna try for it over
He
and
wall
over.
climbed.
Maybe it's that 144 hertz.
It's like subpixels.
Oh
What is happening?
no! Oh no! Not subpixels.
I think it's just badly.
It's not subpixels because I think that's a retro console exclusive thing. I think in
I
any
mean,
modern engine, that's not something really.
well, I mean,
Maybe it is.
it's just floating point accuracy then.
Yeah.
Same thing basically. I think it's just badly programmed physics.
Yeah, I think he was able to get he wiggled back and forth the time that he made it, and somehow gained height doing that.
Oh, it's like strafing, air strafing, and Quake and Half-Life.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
except that
speedrun
makes a
is
little bit more
serious.
sense because you gain speed, not height. Gaining height doing that is very confusing.
It's a wall jump. Clearly, we're doing Metroid speedruns now.
Oh, does Celeste have subpixels? What is Celeste made in? Oh, he made it again!
Celeste is made in.
Why is this happening?
Unity?
Nah, so this is its own thing, I think.
Someone should clip this.
It's just C++, I think.
Send this to the dev and be like, this is a problem.
It just depends on the engine, I guess.
Oh, it's X and A.
No way, really?
What is it?
Crazy.
Apparently. Anyway, let's.
Oh, you're saying that the friction is hurting his height?
No way. Why would there be friction? At least it doesn't.
That's so funny, Fail. That's so true. Once he sees this, he'll be like, "Oh, I should have required that on the final level."
Update the game, new level.
As he pushes this game to the limit.
It's like when we played Small Army and used that corner bouncing a lot. Oh.
Plombo in race chat. Why did they make the platforming hard?
I mean, there's one person who's making the platforming hard here. I'm not sure who it is.
It's the dev. Because very clearly Plombo made it up there once.
Twice.
Twice.
I told them I don't know if you're actually supposed to. Well, we saw. He says I made it twice. I said we saw. I just don't know if you're supposed to make it. Is the point I was making.
Once is a coincidence, twice is intentional.
Maybe you have to.
I don't think you can. I think you go from the side.
You don't have to make that jump. No way.
That happens. If you ever do something repetitive in a game where you're like grinding or like trying to get an enemy to drop something and then you keep reloading the room, I always will just like, even when it drops, do the same thing again and leave the room and not have it. As I just get into the habit of doing the same thing over and over, and that always happens to me. That happened recently in a Mario 64 speedrun.
You speedrun Mario?
I mean Mario Kart 64, where it was like a 1 in a million clip, and I think still no one has done it, but he went and restarted right away because he was trying to restart to grind it.
E. Could also be an M. Like Trackmania.
Could be a W for Wumbo.
No, that would be the other way around.
E. Let's see those E's.
E.
It could also be a 3.
No.
Like a 7-segment 3. It's an M.
What?
It's a pretty sad M, honestly. I guess you're the one with the M.
Oh,
in your
we're
name.
back here. Let's
We're
take
back to it.
let's take a quick look at our bracket. I mean, not bracket, at our schedule.
I
Because
have to throw this in the middle.
in 20 hours we're gonna see Neitzel versus Soul Devourer. You're not going to see Knighty versus Plombo again. It's probably scheduled. But we're going to see Paul Kitsuna shortly after, and then Mundungu versus Adam Plate. And then the things you cannot see are Flannel Cat versus Piper at the same time, actually. And then 4 hours later after that, White Panther versus Dolores Frat. So lots of things going on tomorrow.
And if you want to catch all of this sweet action, join our Discord. Wait for the give game patiently.
Yeah, you
With
never.
bated breath.
Oh man, so Plombo has been. He just stopped. He was like taking a running start to make that jump.
And the stream, it's fine. I think that we know that the game is possible because somebody did it in our presence. That's the important thing.
I want to see him make this jump.
What if it's like a Mario 64 thing where you have to do a triple jump?
Oh yeah.
This is why you always grind.
No, Plumbo, no. Don't do it, buddy. Oh.
Up. See, he's taking like a running start.
Whoa! Then you can jump.
Knighty's
comment is brain no work good.
Yeah.
That's pretty true after just playing this.
After just looking at it.
Basic words.
Yeah. What actually happens, I guess you can't switch planes when you're like in a corner. That would be funky. Imagine if you like split up. One part of you going that side and the other like to the left.
Oh, that just lets you get this one.
Oh, nice.
Then
You
it's
did
one
it!
left. You just gotta...
Wait, is this the jump he was trying to... Yeah, this is the jump he was trying to make for 15 hours.
15 hours, Maurice? Your
Approx-
brain's even more cooked than ID's was. It's only been 15 minutes.
It felt like it.
It's been 30 years, Phantom Man. How do you not know?
It's been 84 years. Alright,
Mercury
now you just have
Meltdown.
one more.
Yeah, I just want to see this.
Is Mercury Meltdown
PSP game.
also Archer McLean?
Yeah, it's just they dropped the subtitle because they discovered nobody knows who the hell Archer McLean is.
What? You can't just do that. You can't just put your name and be like, this is...
They were like,
You know-
Sid Meier, Tom Clancy, Archer McLean.
Yeah, well, Tom Clancy is a famous author. Even Sid Meier, I think, is a little, a little...
Well,
funky
obviously,
having
yeah,
his name on it.
Sid Meier is like the god
People
of
know who Sid Meier is
strategy
because
games.
his name is on Civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a very well-renowned thing. Tom Clancy wrote some of the best.
Right, but it was
Wilson.
already called Sid Meier's Civilization. Like, so he had to have done something before that, you would think.
Yeah, that's
Or
what
else-
Oh, Plombo just... I didn't
did
even
it.
see him get an 11.
This
I mean,
is
Clive
it.
Barker's first book was really popular.
Was it Hellbound
No.
Heart was his first one?
It makes somewhat sense to put his name on stuff like Hellraiser and stuff. But... because the first book of short stories, Books of Blood, was like really popular. But now his name's just on everything. But yeah, I don't know who Archer McLean is.
Me neither. He's the guy who made Mercury for the
He's
PSP.
the guy who made Mercury. Let's look up Archer McLean.
I mean, they dropped him from the sequel. And the sequel is pretty different in general. It's like all cel-shaded and stuff.
Archer
I
McLean.
don't think Plumbo. Don't fall into the same trap.
Oh, he made International Karate and IK Plus.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are not that good. They have a GBA port and they're nothing special.
Why was he so proud
Archer
of it then?
McLean's Pool. He was doing it way back, 1992. He'd only made like 4 games, and it was Archer McLean's Pool. You look out. It's just a way to.
I feel like there's
So
there's not a lot of people who can do that. Like you could like Tim Schafer could do it. Like Tim
Oh,
Schafer's
Tim Schafer could
Psychonauts
absolutely do that.
or Joseph Fares. It Takes Two.
Shigeru Miyamoto presents.
Sure, why
Wrecking
not?
Crew 98.
I mean, why not? Shigeru Miyamoto's Pikmin. Why not? So people
Yeah,
actually
no,
know
for
that he
sure.
made it. People don't know that for some reason.
Uh,
Oh no!
The,
What's it?
he made 5 snooker games and pool games. Maybe just use the same engine and change the rules. And then he made Archer McLean's Mercury.
I mean, it's kind of a pool game. It's a ball game.
In 2009, Wheel Spin.
I'll be
Wheel
right back.
spin.
Futuristic racing video game for the Wii.
Who else should be allowed to put their name on the game? Will Wright.
It's called Speed Zone.
Will Wright's SimCity.
Yeah, that would make sense. Maurice's Mario.
Yeah, totally. I should have called it that. John Carmack, Doom 3. He was really proud of that one.
Yeah, Doom 3 was a weird one.
Yeah.
I think people looking back think it's pretty decent. It's not really very doomy,
I
but
don't know about that.
I've heard mostly good things from like retrospective people.
But because I think it's just like people who don't like Doom 3 do not talk about Doom 3.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Hey, Plombo can get one here.
Yeah, he can go down and get one of them.
Might mean why wouldn't you? Get the thing.
Well, because if you wanted to get back up, which you can't do, maybe you can if you do some sort of broken jump like this game tends to have. He's got to go back to the left here, though.
The problem is we're on this we're on this long box, right? So the only way to rotate the long box is to be at the bottom.
Plum box.
So he can't, like the thing on the right, he can't reach it right now, and he can't rotate this in any way unless he goes back to the bottom.
Bennett Foddy put his name on getting
yeah.
over it,
That's a good point.
but that's fair.
I guess
'cause
it's-
all the other games he made were like that.
I guess, I mean, he's kind of famous for QWOP, but
Yeah,
also
QWOP was huge. QWOP was like a phenomenon.
It's-
I feel like.
it's also a very like character-filled game.
Yeah, he literally narrates the game as
Yeah,
himself.
yeah,
That's
which
a little
is funny.
different.
Yeah, I like that.
If Shigeru Miyamoto came out and was like, "This is Mario. Did you know I'm Bowser's mother?" And he said, because he said that in an interview. they asked him who Bowser's mom was,
I mean,
and he
this
was like,
was a
and he
stupid
pointed
question.
to himself.
I would say some BS like that too if people asked me like something like that.
In an interview, they're like, "Well, we know Bowser Jr. Bowser is his father, but who's his mom? Oh no, Bowser Jr.'s mom." And then Shigeru Miyamoto pointed to himself and laughed. It's like a YouTube interview video. You can find it. It's like so super weird.
Oh, I got another one. We got Jonathan Blows the Witness.
Oh yeah, that's true. He only really had one other game he can do it because Braid was so big.
Or
I don't know if it was big.
Peter Molyneux's
Certainly didn't
latest
sell as well as The Witness did, but
Peter Molyneux's latest NFT scam. I don't actually know what his new game is called, but I know it's an NFT scam.
it's some sort of NFT scam.
We're gonna get departnered for insulting Peter Molyneux's NFT scam.
That's what I come back to.
Oh, and like, it's like some weird. It's not gonna. I don't know why people spend money on it. It's so funny.
Yeah, the only place David Cage can go at this point is to do something like
Oh, David Cage.
Charlie Kaufman, like John Malkovich or Adaptation or something, where he like plays himself and he brushes his own teeth in the game. That's like the only place David Cage can go.
What is David Cage doing? Like, what is Quantic Dream even doing? They did Become Human, and maybe they ported it. I don't even know if they did that.
Didn't they also do Control? Was that theirs?
No, I don't think so.
David Cage's Star Wars. What was the name of what was the name of the one that had whatever Ellen Page in it? Was that
That was David
Black-
Cage, Beyond Two Souls.
That's
right? That's the last one I thought he did. Has he done something since then?
Well, yeah, he did Detroit Become Human, which is a good game.
Oh
Why
yeah,
didn't-
Quantic Dream is doing the Star Wars game that they announced at the Game Awards.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't even see that.
Now, do people hate David Cage because the games are pretentious?
No,
I feel like their games are.
There are several sexual abuse allegations.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's a bit of an issue.
Yes.
Wee bit.
I feel like people already hated him because the games were pretentious.
Well, also that. I mean, Heavy Rain was like pretty bad when it came to
The,
that, and then Beyond Two Souls was even worse. But I maintain the opinion that Detroit Become Human is a great game.
I've heard decent things about that first one, the one that's like PS2. I forget what it's called because it has like three different names.
It's like Fahrenheit, I think.
yeah.
Fahrenheit. and
I
then-
wanted to say Ignite. I think you're right with Fahrenheit.
No, that's a virus mover.
Yeah, it's never been anything else.
Yeah, I don't know how you got to Omicron.
No, that's his very first. That's his like 1999 game.
That's a oh,
What is?
it's his fault.
Is this also like a? Oh, it's also like this kind of story-driven. I had never even heard of this.
Oh, that's a good jump. Jump. There you go.
Yeah, Fahrenheit is also called Indigo Prophecy. That's why I wanted to say Ignite, because it was an I word that had to do with heat.
And also, you forgot words exist.
David Bowie's in it? Pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
He's not in Dune. From like 1983 or something. That game's really old.
But that's fine, because we got what's his name? McLachlan.
McLeod?
That's his last name.
Archie
actor
McLean,
who's in
yeah,
Twin
he's in
Peaks.
No, Kyle McLaughlin. I know. who you're talking
That's his first name, Kyle.
Yes, from Twin Peaks and stuff. No, there's the Dune video game. Apparently, was like the progenitor of RTS games.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the very first.
Dune 2000.
Is that what it was called?
I think so. I think I had it. I didn't like it. I preferred Command and Conquer.
Shirley Temple's Temple Run. It's a giant flood of soda coming after you. All the enemies tap dance.
Oh, Dune 2. That's what it is.
Oh, wow, Plombo is
Surely-
flying. Collected
Cruising.
2, and it's just got this one left.
Yeah.
How do you collect
But unfortunately, can't get it from this spot.
Oh yeah, Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. That game's awesome.
Oh, that's the one
featuring
that's
the,
a
the
bus,
lovely
right?
Dudley.
Yeah.
Now in VR.
Desert Bus is?
Yeah.
Oh. There's more on it than just Desert Bus, but like it's the whole thing is like meant to be a prank. Like you give your friend that like you hold down a certain button and can play the game properly, and then you give it to your friend and be like, try this, and like he can't do it. That's why the whole game is meant to just like be bad to play on purpose.
Well, that's
Desert Bus wasn't like an attempt at a decent game.
No, it's the fact that the bus lists.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that was really easy. I don't know
To the
what
left.
Ricky is talking about. Ricky was like, "Oh, this is the hardest one."
Well, now he's got to get the exit.
There's no need to attack Rickery. Jesus.
It's a personal
I'm
attack.
sorry, Ricky.
Rickery's got to. Where?
This
Rickery,
is,
you're in MT, right? You're in this bracket.
this is the start of Rickery's face heel turn.
I don't think MT would benefit significantly from like pro wrestling fake stories, character drama.
I think
It would have to be well written. I don't see that happening.
It's Waluigi with with one of the guns from Half-Life instead of Mario with the portal gun. Or Wario, that's it. And that's his profile pic for the entirety of the rest of the tournament.
I think
the Nega Maurice.
Plombo actually kind of like went faster at the end than Knighty did.
Yeah, it was just the disadvantage from the levels before. That was good.
Oh, now this is actually the end. I forgot that the game actually
Yeah,
ends.
the home.
Fantastic.
We live in this hamburger house. And we got a dot done at 1 hour, 4 minutes and 05.
Very nice.
Wahoo! Well,